I've made salsa from scratch many, many times, but over the years, with all my experience, I've come to learn that this semi-homemade recipe that I'm going to share with you is just as good, and it's much quicker, especially if you have, people stop by. This is really quick and just as delicious, and that's the only reason I make this, is because it is as good as doing everything from scratch. So the first thing that I discovered was this fire roasted tomato salsa, the Great Value brand from Walmart. It's true, it's really good. So I'm going to show you the ingredient list here, and this is another reason I like it, is because it doesn't have a bunch of sugar in it. I don't like sweet salsas, and this fits the bill for us. And I like these smaller cans because our kids are grown and gone, and so I can open up one of these cans and have it in the fridge for my husband and I, or for, have a couple over or something like that, and go through it before it goes bad. So this is really good, but I doctor it up, okay? So you can't tell. I just freshen it up, and I've come to do that with a lot of things. If you like cilantro, which in my house, we love cilantro, and I do grow it. Cilantro will bolt awful easily, and so you can buy a bunch at Walmart, I know, for 88 cents. So I don't fret too much about having this on hand, but it's easy to grow. You just have to harvest it often before it bolts. There are slower bolting varieties. However, I feel like most of them bolt. If you know one that doesn't bolt quickly, share it in the comments. So I diced up my cilantro. Cilantro is a great liver cleanser, by the way. And I'm going to open my can of salsa. I'm actually going to open a couple cans. How I came across this was through actually before I saw that Walmart made it, a food service vendor, because I used to have a catering business and I made everything from scratch. And then you start, when you learn after a while that, especially if you don't have a bunch of help, that you have to do shortcuts. But I always wanted everything to be fresh and taste really good, and this passed my test. I used to get these those big gallon cans of the food service one, and this is what I would do when I would make salsa for an event. I would empty the salsa in like that, and then salt and pepper, freshly ground pepper to freshen it up, some onion powder, garlic powder. Key ingredient is going to be cumin. Very key. Teaspoon or two to your taste. And then the cilantro's to your taste. I don't know how many of my guests tonight are going to be cilantro fans, so I'm going to hold back on that a little bit. And then a fresh lemon. Squeeze some fresh lemon juice in there. Again, to taste. And I need a spoon. And this is it. How simple was that? Give this one a try, and I feel like you will agree with me that this is simple. I've canned salsa for years, and I just kind of went to this because it was simple, and for our needs, it really fits the bill.